Hey guys, it's Johnny P. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. If you don't know what my channel is about, it's about helping you guys travel and also sharing different life experiences. So today's video is going to be about me telling you guys about my LASIK slash PRK slash ICL experience. So I got LASIK or PRK when I was 23 years old. My vision was at 2080 and I really wanted to be at 2020. So what I did was I searched around in my city and I booked two different LASIK consultations. Now, where I'm from, Tampa, Florida, there were really only two options in two places where you can get LASIK. Since the city only had two choices, I decided to book both. One was more expensive and the other was on the cheaper side. They both had pretty good reviews. So, after doing my first consultation, the doctor actually told me that I was not eligible for LASIK and I was not eligible for PRK as well. I'll explain what LASIK and PRK is in just a moment. So after being sad from my first one, I decided to go to the second consultation to see what they would say. At the second consultation, they actually told me I could not get LASIK or PRK as well, but I could get what's called ICL. So now I'll go ahead and just explain the different types of refractive eye surgery. The first one is LASIK, which is where they cut your eye open. They cut like a flap in your eye. They install the lasers, and then they cover the flap back. Sounds kind of nasty, but it's actually the most effective way, the easiest way to get eye correction surgery. The second most popular way is called PRK. PRK is basically where they get a knife, they slice part of your cornea, and after they slice that part of your cornea, they then put the laser on, and then your eye heals itself. And then the third option, which is kind of newer, is ICL. Now, ICL is where they stick a needle in your eye and they implant a contact lens behind your cornea. So it's kind of like you just have like an internal contact lens installed behind your eye that's permanent. Now, the cost varies for each surgery, but right now, ICL is the most expensive. After going to my second consultation and learning that I can only get ICL, I was a bit sad because ICL in Tampa costed me $9,000. Now, I didn't have $9,000 because I'm only in my 20s and I really did not want to wear glasses anymore. The reason why I could not get LASIK or PRK is because my corneas are too thin. Because my corneas are too thin, it's risky to slice my eye open or cut it because I could lead to me being blind. Being that I couldn't get LASIK, PRK, and I didn't have enough money for ICL that I wanted to waste, I decided to just continue wearing my glasses. Fast forward a few months later, I ended up having a life decision to move to Los Angeles, California. Being in this new big city, I kind of revisited the options of possibly getting LASIK or PRK or ICL. Since I knew that I could get ICL back home, I started researching a few different places to see if I could get ICL out here because it actually was much cheaper. So one thing is whenever you move to a big city, you of course know that everything's more expensive. But surprisingly, when it actually comes to things like surgeries, especially cosmetic surgeries, it's actually much cheaper in a big city because there's so much competition and so many different doctors you can visit. So, I found online that there was a place that I can get ICL for only $4,500. I booked my consultation, and when I went to that consultation here in LA, they actually told me that I could get PRK. They did not even recommend for me to get ICL. So I found that super weird because at my first two consultations, they told me that I could not get PRK or LASIK, but I could only get ICL. When I mentioned this to the doctor, he told me that it's actually not best for me to get ICL because I was only 23 years old. Being at that I was only 23, it would cause me to develop cataracts at an early age in my 30s. So that's when I found out that the other doctor in Tampa kind of BS'd me, and wanted to get me the ICL, but didn't explain that I would get cataracts in the near future if I was to get it done. So, being that I got 2 no's for PRKs, 1 yes for PRK, and a no for ICL after getting a yes for ICL, I kind of didn't feel comfortable with going through the procedure. So I decided to go around and do other consultations. So this is when I first moved to LA, and I was actually off of work for 2 months. So I kind of had unlimited time to just really go to LASIK consultations. The next consultation was actually my 4th one in total, but my 2nd one in LA. And it happened to be at Kim Kardashian's LASIK eye surgery place that she went to, near Beverly Hills. So I went to this LASIK place, and it was super pretentious, super bougie. And long story short, they actually said that I could get PRK as well, and that I was not eligible for LASIK, and I don't think they offered ICL. But either way, they did tell me that I can only get PRK. But this place was probably like $5,000 or $6,000. There was no way I was going to pay that amount when the first place offered it for $4,000, and I saw reviews online for another one that was only $2,800. So what I did was I booked yet another consultation in LA, at a different LASIK center, and that one was called LA Sight. So the one that Kim Kardashian went to, that one was called Dr. Maloney. It was near Brentwood, California. And then this next one is called LA Sight, and it was only $2,800 for both eyes. Now, after I did my consultation at LA Sight, they actually told me that I could get LASIK, not PRK or ICL. So after they told me I could get LASIK, I was like in complete shock. And I did not feel comfortable getting LASIK after I've been to after I've been to 4 other places and they told me I could not get LASIK. So what I decided to do was to go the easier or the safer route and get PRK. Because with LASIK, you do have to have a thicker cornea. With PRK, you could have less thickness in your cornea. So I did feel safer to go through the PRK option. So I ended up going with CCRS in Los Angeles to get my PRK done. So here's my experience getting my PRK done. I woke up early on December 1st, 2017. I Ubered to the office. Here I am, no more glasses after today. As soon as I got there, they had me sign some paperwork, and I knew it was going to be my last day of freedom before having to be on bed rest for about a week. After I got there and signed the paperwork, they did a final check on my eyes before I went into the surgery room. When I went into the surgery room, I did feel a bit of nervousness, but they did give me a pill that would make me a little more calm. So actually, when I sat down and laid down on the chair, I did feel a little bit more calm. And on top of that, they gave me a teddy bear to squeeze, so like, how could I not be happy? So then what happened was they came in, I laid down on the operation chair, and they were preparing my eyes for my PRK. I was awake through the entire process. And the way that it worked out was, as I laid down, they pretty much put a whole bunch of eye drops in my eye multiple times to get my eyes to start going numb. It took just a couple seconds to minutes for my eyes to be numb. He actually felt my eye with his finger, and I didn't feel anything. After they knew that it was numb, they then went in with the knife to cut my cornea. I saw them cut my cornea, but it didn't really bother me at all. After they cut my cornea, the laser pretty much shot into my eye, and I don't even remember what I saw. It was like pretty much a laser going into my eye, and you could smell the burning. It kind of smelled like your hair getting burned. So they did my first eye, and then the same thing with my second eye. The whole process probably took about 5 to 10 minutes, and after I was done and I got up, I could actually see everything perfectly. I was actually on my phone texting someone right after. And after that, I pretty much hung out at the office, and my fiance came to pick me up. They gave me certain medications, and I went on my way back home. Now, honestly, the worst part is the recovery. My eyes were in pain. You could kind of think about it as going through like an intense workout and being super sore from your workout within the next few days after. So you could kind of like compare that to your eyes. Like your eyes are just super sore because they went through a lot of pain and they have to recover themselves. So it's like your eye is rebuilding itself the same way your muscles rebuild from a workout. After my surgery, I actually was in bed rest for about a week. I was low in energy, it was a bit painful, and I really wasn't supposed to go out, but I did go out a few times because I'm such an extrovert and I can never sit at home. Fast forward to my recovery, it actually took about a few months to get fully recovered. Now, my right eye was pretty much perfect, like 20/20, but my left eye has been the one that's been lagging. So I went to different appointments about 3 months in, and my left eye was having trouble catching up with my right eye. About 6 months in, my left eye was still having trouble catching up with my right eye. The way I would describe it would be as if you're wearing glasses, but only with one lens on. My left eye wasn't super bad, but it wasn't as perfect as my right eye. So I gave it time, and after about a year, they kind of leveled to be the same, but my right eye is still really at 20/20, and my left eye is kind of like at 20/25. So although my left eye is not fully perfect to 20/20, I can still function and do day-to-day things. The only thing that is a bit off is sometimes when I drive at night, I can't see as clearly, but it's not to a point where it's unsafe to drive. Would I recommend to get it done? I would. I actually did the calculations, and by me buying a brand new pair of glasses every year for 10 years, it would have equaled the cost of me paying for LASIK. It was worth it, and if you are eligible for LASIK, I would definitely go for it. If you're eligible for PRK, make sure that you have enough time to recover. And then as far as ICL, I can't really tell you much. Some of my friends have gotten regular LASIK, and with the regular LASIK, they were able to go to work and function perfectly fine the next day. PRK is actually a surgery that's really hard on your eyes compared to LASIK because your eye has to heal itself and rebuild itself. Because with LASIK, they're cutting your eye open with a flap, putting the laser in, then putting the flap back on. You don't really have much of a recovery time because that cornea, your cornea is still there. If you have any questions about my experience, or if you want to share your experience, definitely feel free to comment below. And subscribe to my channel because I will be posting just random things that I do and random things in life, because I am a type of person always trying different things, trying new things that will enhance my life. Thank you guys for watching, and check out some of my travel videos as well. And I hope you enjoyed my LASIK/PRK experience, and good luck to you if you are going to get yours soon, or if you're thinking about it. Till next time, Johnny P.